an all-new episode of Hanging with the Dreamer every Monday at 12 noon. Available wherever you stream. Hey, everybody, it's your old buddy, the Dreamer. How are you? I hope everybody's well. Welcome to this very, very special Monday edition of Hanging with Dreamer. Normally, I'm broadcasting on Fridays. I have Tank Von Duel coming on up on Friday, coming up on Hanging with the Dreamer. Tank Von Duel. So, today, Dreamers, on this very special Monday's edition of Hanging with the Dreamer with your old buddy, the Dreamer. How are you? I have a very special guest, but before I call my special guest out, she's waiting very patiently in the green room. I just want to give out a couple updates. Number one, there are interviews scheduled all the way into October. I do have the last Friday in October open. So, if there's anybody who would like to come be a guest on the show for maybe a fan appreciation show or a hangout show, hey, let me know. Email me at hangingwiththedreamer@gmail.com. I'm trying to I have a whole lot of interviews penciled in till the end of the year. So, as of right now, I have the last Friday in October open. So anyone and everyone is welcome at the Dreamer's Life. Also, and to hang with me, the Dreamer. Also, if you want to support my productions, click on my PayPal link. That goes a long way. And please, select the friends and family option with PayPal, because Uncle Sam is taxing PayPal now. But if you use the friends and family option, that'll be better for both of us. Also, I am now, the Dreamer's Life is signed up on Patreon. So for as little as $5 a month, as little as a cup of coffee, the price of a cup of coffee, you will get your name mentioned at every show. You will have your links in every description box. And you will have your name. I'm collecting 20 names right now of my new patrons that have signed up over the Dreamer's Life over in Patreon, excuse me. I have 20 names that I'm collecting so that I can feature those 20 names in my new outro video for as little as $5 a month. Can't beat it. Also, if you would like to use my discount code at metalbabemayhem.com, please do so when you shop at metalbabemayhem.com and put your items in the cart. You could put in my discount code, the Dreamer's Life MB10. That's a Dreamer's Life MB10. Happy shopping. And lastly, support. You know, as real quickly, as creators, we wear our hearts in our sleeves. We're very passionate about what we believe in. And all we're looking for is a kind word, a donation, a kind word about all of our hard work, share out our hard work. This stuff just doesn't happen overnight. So please, all of the support links for myself and for metalbabemayhem.com is down into the description box below. Any way that you can support, it's awesome. And it will go a long way and it means more than you will ever know. So, you guys ready? This is going to be rad. This is going to be so cool. And what a beautiful Monday to do this in. I have now in the green room Miss Alison Masson, the founder of MetalBabeMayhem.com. So let's call her out. Welcome to the Dreamer's Life. Welcome to Hanging with the Dreamer. Thank you for being here.
Hi, Will. Thank you so much for having me.
I'm so happy to have you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You're a breath of fresh air. And this is awesome. This is awesome. You're my first Monday interview in a long time. So this is really rad.
Well, I'm happy to be here. It's been a
Well,
long
thank you.
time in the works.
Well, thank you for being here. So I don't want to keep you waiting. Your time is very valuable. I just want to I want the world to see metalbabemayhem.com.
Me too.
So before you got it, before I bring your website in, anybody who is watching right now, thank you, thank you, thank you for being here. Please say hi in the chat and ask my guests a question. Let's keep it light. Let's keep it respectable. Let's keep it loving. Let's keep it positive. And together, we will all hopefully be inspired and learn something new and something positive from this interview. Thanks, everybody. Say hi in the chat. I'll be sure to give your name a shout out. Thanks, guys. Thank you for watching, Dreamers. So, what's the history? What's the inspiration, and what's the history behind MetalBabeMayhem.com?
So I love music and fashion. Anybody who knows me or follows me knows those are my two biggest loves in life, aside from travel. Music and fashion have always been my go-tos. And I moved out to LA from the Midwest in 2004. And within a couple years of being out here, I was working at a fashion store in Melrose, and I kind of came up with this idea to combine my two passions and create a design. It's kind of how it started. So the Lips and Bones logo, many of you are familiar with, is kind of where it started. You can see it on my arm right here. And I made my first guitar pick necklace, which I have on here. My first t-shirt, this was in 2006. And then one thing just led to the next. And I'm now going on with 16 years. I've got about 43 different designs, a few different artists, and a worldwide community that I am so grateful for.
That's phenomenal. That's really cool. You know, they you love music, you love fashion.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever wanted to do this? Like, have you ever wanted to do this since you were knee high to a grasshopper since you were a little girl?
It's kind of funny. I was actually thinking about that when I was back with my sister and my family a couple weeks ago about when I was a little girl. And I think I wanted to be a singer. I was one of those little kids who was singing all the time, and I sang into my hairbrush, and and I thought I was so great. And I've always, liked to sing, and I like to write songs. I have a notebook full, but it's just something I never really pursued as far as being an actual musician myself. I just, dabble a little bit. But I think it really didn't all come together until I was actually with a friend working corporate America. And what she says to me is, I don't know anybody who knows more about music than you do. We need to do something about this. So we were brainstorming, and, one thing led to the next. But it really wasn't anything I thought about it until we had that conversation at an office in El Segundo.
That's awesome. Isn't music such a wonderful thing?
Do you see the CDs? I thought this was a place for me to sit. Yeah, we got albums. My place kind of looks like a Hard Rock Cafe here. So yeah, there's a quote, one of my favorite quotes. It's from Friedrich Nietzsche, and it says, "Without music, life would be a mistake." And I couldn't agree more.
Well, one of the common things you'll always hear me say during an interview, I always say in my posts, um, one of my branded hashtags is music is magic.
Hmm.
Uh, I believe that, obviously. I mean, I believe that. And music always has a way to lift you up when you're just like feeling you're just beat down, you're tired, you're discouraged, you think nothing's going to work out, you don't know how you're going to pay this bill or that bill or rent or whatever. You listen to some good music,
Hmm.
and all of a sudden it all starts coming in. It all you know at least for me, music and fashion really, it lifts me up. It changes my mindset, and when my mindset changes, then I start to see little glimpses, little shimmers of hope,
Hmm.
and I can go on. I'm like, you know what? Everything's gonna be all right. It may not be the way that I want it to be. It may not be when I want it to be, but it's going to happen. Everything's going to be cool.
I
And
agree completely.
yeah,
It reminds me when I was a teenager, we all used to make cassette tapes. I'm sure you did it. You made the mixed cassette tapes. And I had one called This Is a Happy Tape. And I still have it where I just like when I'm in that kind of mood, I want something happy and uplifting and fun and kind of poppy glam. That kind of style is what will bring me up. And at one point, a few years back, I decided to get a tattoo of my happy tape in my own handwriting where I wrote happy tape. So now I have a personal happy tape tattooed on my leg if I ever need to be lifted up and I can't, get to the CD player.
well, music, music just has a way. It just, somebody once asked me, and I mean, I have your website ready to go, so we're going to dive into that here in a second. But somebody once asked me, goes, Dreamer, why why are you always talking about music? There's other things in life. Why are you always talking about music? I say, well, there are other things in life, but the funny thing is, everything else in life starts with music. It's like, if I'm going to go to the grocery store, I want to hear some good music over the store, PA. If I want to, if I want to sit and just work in my studio, I want to put some music on. If I'm trying to figure out how that I'm going to talk to somebody that I've never met before, and I already have a real good sense that, you know what, I want to keep this person in my life. This person is freaking rad, and this person is real and true. I put on some music, and usually about 45 minutes or an hour later, the answer pops in my head. You
Mm.
know, everything starts with music.
I think that would be a good shirt. You reminded me too. Is when I go to the grocery store, I don't take chances on what they're playing. I'm kind of old school. I actually have an iPod. I don't listen to music on my phone. So I go in, I put my iPod on shuffle, and I do my grocery, and it's so much more enjoyable with my music. But I also keep it low enough so I can still like communicate, interact, smile at people, that kind of stuff too. I don't want to like close out, but it does help the experience be even better.
Hey, I'm glad you brought that up because, real quick, I'm going to give you two band names, And I was inspired to ask you this question from your website.
Okay.
And if you were going to pick which band means the most to you,
Okay.
ACDC or Motorhead?
Motorhead. Actually, I have a lot of reasons for choosing Motorhead. Musically, I would choose Motorhead, first of all. Second of all, I knew Lemmy. I've got stories about, traveling with Lemmy and being on Ozfest together. And he took me and my friend on their bus and we drank Jack Daniels together. And, he's such a super cool person. I always loved and respected him. I'd see him at the Rainbow playing video games. And whenever I saw him at the Rainbow, he'd be like, I know you. And we'd have a Jack and Coke together. So, yeah, I definitely choose Motorhead.
Cool. I remember speaking of Lemmy, I remember the first time that I saw the Hellraiser video. And it's like, I didn't know that Motorhead put out a video for the movie series or
Hmm.
for the movie series. When
Yeah.
I heard that first, I heard that song. Where was I? Was I at a concert? Maybe. Um. Oh, now I know. I heard like part of that song, like 10 or 15 seconds of that song, Hellraiser by Motorhead, was used in a commercial.
Okay.
So when I saw that, I don't remember what the commercial was, but I know it was used in a commercial. That I do know. So I'm like, wow, that sounds like Lemmy right there.
Mm.
You know. So I went to YouTube, put in Motorhead, and Hellraiser was the first video.
Mm.
I'm like, and I clicked it. I'm just like, man, how does he? How do the directors and how does Lemmy think of this stuff? This is
Yeah.
cool.
It's a
This
great
is
song.
this is cool. So speaking of Motorhead, I love Motorhead. I was checking out the Motorhead pendant. I'm going to show that.
Okay.
Actually, well, here, let's go through. Hey, everybody. You are listening to The Dreamer with Alison Masson from metalbabemayhem.com. Check it out, everybody. All you do is just go to metalbabemayhem.com, choose the jewelry option, and this is what you're going to see. Your ACDC, that one, the ACDC Lightning logo, that caught my eye.
Hmm.
Then the one next to it caught my eye. And then as I was scrolling down, you have Bullet for My Valentine, you have Five Finger Death Punch, you have Maiden. Eddie, me being an old school Maiden fan, Eddie caught my eye. And then I saw this one, the Judas Priest, Razor Blade logo, and I immediately thought of Dimebag because he always wore one that was similar to that.
Okay.
But here it is. There's the Motorhead logo. That's my number 4 pick.
Okay. You're gonna stock up on some necklaces, huh?
I am. I'm planning on it. I'm not too sure when, but I am.
Well, you have to still
Um,
code.
and thank you for that. So, it, this is a true honor. I don't take it very lightly. This means a lot to me.
Well, thank you.
Ozzy Osbourne cross pendant. This is going to be the first one I get.
That's a great one.
This is me. You look at my tattoos and then you think, oh, okay, I get it. If you saw my tattoos on my arm or my back, you would understand why I say this is my first pick.
Okay.
I've got a lot of that stuff,
Do you have an Aussie tattoo or you have cross tattoos?
crosses and stars and
Right.
wizards and Gandalf, and yeah, I'm into all that. Um, so this Aussie cross tattoo is perfect. Or hey, I just said I was looking. I'm probably going to get some more ink in a couple months.
There you go.
So this Aussie cross tattoo would be perfect, and it had on my left hand, on my fingering hand, and I love to have the necklace to go with it. Then you got Slayer. That's always a oldie but a moldie. No, I'm just kidding. Slayer's a good choice. I like Slayer. I've seen it a few times. Have you
Mhm.
ever seen Slayer?
I have. Yeah, I have. When I toured on Ozfest, they played. So I saw them a lot. But my story is actually pretty funny. Is the last time I had the chance to see Slayer was at Vakin in 2019. And they played so late. And, we had such a big day. We woke up at like 4 a.m. and we're like, oh my gosh, we slept through Slayer. And then what's really bad is I actually was at another festival in Europe that same year, and I had the chance to see Slayer at Grass Pop in Belgium, but I was totally in love with this other band called the Death Stars. And so, yes, I know everybody's told me I'm crazy, but I chose to see the Death Stars over Slayer, and I do not regret it. And I was in the front center row, and it was amazing.
And they put on a pretty good show. I saw them with Marilyn Manson,
Mhm.
um, Mayhem Fest.
Yeah.
That was the last Mayhem Fest I ever went to. That was pretty good. The Slayer show is real good, but it compared to the Slipknot show that I saw a year before. Slipknot and Disturbed, and Dragon Force and Mastodon.
Okay.
I was in the pit for that.
I
That
would
was
need it.
that was rad. That was pretty cool. I know the world loves Slipknot, but I gotta tell you, Disturbed, that made my night.
Good. Yeah,
Uh,
Slipknot's a couple weeks. I actually have a pair of tickets I'm trying to sell to help a friend raise money to fight her cancer. So if anybody's listening and wants a discount ticket or 2 tickets for Slipknot, I think it's like October 7th at 5 Points Amphitheater. So let me know.
oh, Heather, how are you?
Oh, hey,
Th-
Heather. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah,
We
I can ship to Canada. I can ship anywhere in the world. Everything's on there. So when you just are logging out of the website, just choose your country as from the drop down.
and also we have the Pure Music Factory all the way from England.
Hi,
John Giles, how are you? Thank you for being here, John.
hi, John.
Send me an email so I can get you on the show, man. I'd love to talk to you again. Thank you for being here. Um, so now I know here on Hanging with the Dreamer, we tend not to take the traditional approach to things.
Yeah.
We take our own approach. But
Good.
I have to ask, I have to ask, what inspired you to come up with a vision for the Baphomet necklace?
I did not create this. So this is actually from a company who's based in the UK called Alchemy Gothic. They have a hub here in the States in Texas. So I do a lot of third party selling. So I sell, people make a lot of the products I sell. So all the licensed band merch and this necklace you're showing here is actually from Alchemy Gothic, but I chose to sell it. So that was my doing is, I go through all their stuff and I pick out what I think is the best fit for my website and my customers and then add it up for sale.
That's awesome. So we're going to jump to clothing. Let's let's go to men's clothing. Where I love the layout of your website where music and fashion meet. This is really cool.
Thank you. I just spent a lot of time redoing the entire website this past year, so I'm excited you're getting to show it here on your show.
So you're the webmaster. You came up, you did the website yourself.
I do the maintenance. I do have somebody I work with. If anybody's looking, send me a message and I can refer you. But I have somebody I work with closely who's amazing. He does all the big picture stuff, but I do the little stuff, meaning he creates it and then I add to it. So the 400 whatever products, I add the products myself, the descriptions, but yeah, like the layout and that stuff he does. And then I just kind of fill in the missing pieces with what I need. But yeah, I've learned a lot. I basically a one woman show here, so I'm hands on and kind of have everything that's involved. I handle.
I really like this Jack Daniels. I used to be a big Jack drinker back in the day.
Yeah, yeah, it's a good
Um,
shirt.
Not so much anymore. Now it's Fireball.
You can still wear the shirt though.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, my pick definitely. Although this one right here, the Metal Forever shirt, I like that one too.
Yeah, that one was designed by Stephen Talbot, and that's a great one. He does a lot of my designs as well as Bill Bronson. I had two right hand artists.
Wow, look at that. That is really, really nice.
Thank you.
This is a real great website. Better than most websites I've seen recently.
Thank you. Yeah, it definitely put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into it. So I'm glad it's conveying what it's supposed to.
Oh, it definitely shows. Oh, yeah, don't don't dream it, do it.
That's the shirt I'm wearing right now. Actually, I was thinking, I guess I could show it right now. Let's see. This what you're showing is the cassette version, and that's one of my favorite slogans because anybody who knows me knows I'm out living life. I'm going to concerts. I travel the world. I hike. I have a healthy lifestyle, but I always have slogans and stuff, and one of them was this: "Don't dream it, do it." And I am wearing the tank top version of that, but this is an LP instead of a cassette like you're showing. So they are both
This
available, the cassette or the LP, tank tops or men's shirts, a variety of options, hoodies included too.
that that's a cool shirt.
Thank you.
Well, I'm all about dreaming and having
Mhm.
vision and
Exactly. Yeah, with the dreamer.
you know, then I see this, don't dream it, do it. Well, that's cool because it all starts with dreaming. And it all starts with having faith in that vision that you have, whether it haunts you at night or whether it you can't get it off your mind. You just like, man, I gotta do this. And have you ever had one of those moments?
All the time. I've really never stopped. There's always something to do. There's always something on my mind. I'm always getting one thing done so I can get to the next thing. So I like to prioritize, but I also like to be as productive as I can and get as much as I can done in every single day.
There, and I was checking out your hand painted shoes. Check
Yeah,
this out, everybody.
Brittany's Rage. She is such a creative artist, and anybody's interested in the shoes, they come in white or black, a variety of sizes. They're super cool.
That's really neat. Look at that. Here's a nice up close shot.
Yeah,
Your trademark lips and your crossbones. Awesome.
yeah.
Awesome. Oh, look at that. You have the whole collection. That's amazing.
Thank you.
Very cool. Very cool. Hey, everybody who's watching right now, shout out in the chat. What you're looking at.
Yeah, I'd love to
What,
hear from some of my friends. I know I've been shouting out the last week, so if you're watching, say hi. Or if you have a
thank
question, I'm here.
Absolutely. I'm here to ask it. Shout out in the chat. Ask our guest a question. Over here in the chat, I'll get back to the website here in a second. Um, the Pure Music, the Pure Music Factory said, "Good, thanks, buddy." Heather, Heather's so cool. I love Heather. She's great. She's such a big supporter of mine.
Yeah. Yeah, me too. Thank you, Heather.
Oh, the Pure Music Factory wants to come on the show. Oh, all right, John. Yeah, we'll have to work that out. That's pretty cool. And thank you. Thank you, John Giles, for watching. Everybody check out the Pure Music Factory. Good stuff. So, getting, thank you, John. Getting about over here to the website, I was going through, up here on top, and I saw brands. So I clicked on that. Alchemy Gothic Jewelry. This caught my attention. I was like, wow, man. This is the Blood Moon pendant.
Yeah, their stuff is beautiful. That's the same company that makes all of my licensed band merch and that cross we were talking about.
There's the ACDC necklace again. It's awesome. ACDC earrings. Wow, this is pretty good. Oh, check this out. A lightning logo. Oh, wristband. ACDC leather wristband. Let's check this out. This is cool. Wow. Yeah, that's definitely my speed.
Mm.
That's awesome.
Yeah, they're great. They're really nice quality. They look really good.
Who are the bands that you don't have up on your website yet that you would like to get for your website?
I would definitely love more. It's just all really about the licensing. At this point, there's nobody else that I can get, but that can always change at some point down the line.
I understand that. This is phenomenal.
Thank you.
This is phenomenal. Have you ever wanted to go on the road and go out on tour, work for a band, like just basically as their like jewelry creator, um and uh design design jewelry to sell out on the road?
I would love to get the Salt Metal by Mayhem on the road if an opportunity were to arise, or I could, take my own merch out. That would be amazing. I haven't really gotten to do that except for kind of some one-offs, here and there. I did something in Florida. I've got an event coming up October 21st on the PCH. That's going to be at Harbor City. It's a bike night costume contest. That's October 1st. But yeah, I kind of just do one-offs. But yeah, if a tour or something like that were to come up and I could sell Metal Babe, that would be an amazing opportunity.
That would be cool. Have you ever reached out to the band Lordi in Finland?
I interviewed him twice. I interviewed him on the phone. That was my first time because they're one of my top favorite bands. So we did a phone interview the first time. I had to get a calling card and all that. And then when he played the Whiskey, the last time that they came here, I got to go after the show upstairs at the Whiskey. He was like dying and sweating to death in his costume. So we sat outside the fire escape and I did an interview with him there. And it's also on him, what's really interesting is they have a song called Hard Rock Hallelujah that they filmed in this church, that has like stone and stuff. And when me and my husband were in Helsinki, we went to the stone church and it was just so cool. We're just walking around exploring. And then later down the line, when I interviewed Lordi, he told me that he shot his video there. I'm like, wow, that's so neat. Like, we had no idea. We just went there because it was such a great place in Finland.
I love Tommy Patu too. I've been a Lordi fan for probably about I'd say 10 years.
Yeah, I
I've been
love them. It's so fun. They just
the
released 7 albums over COVID. They wanted to do 10, but their management wouldn't let them. So they put out 7 albums in a box set, and they're all different genres. There's even like a disco one, if you know about that. But they're all good. I mean, there's like metal. There's just all different genres, and I love all 7 of them. It's just a really fun idea.
Did you ever see their Scream stream?
What is it?
The Scream stream from that they did from Lapland and Finland. They were inside this little bar, little rock and roll bar. It's pretty famous in Finland,
Oh,
and they were all set up. No pyro, no special effects, just them and their costumes and their amps, and it was just them and the bartender. And
oh,
so, but around them, you could see all the bands that had played there. And, like Kiss and Motorhead, Van Halen, except Udo Dirkenschere, Venom. I mean, you could see all this stuff like was surrounding them. They're, the stage area is surrounded by albums, classic
okay.
albums. Yeah, it's
I'll
pretty
have to
cool.
look that up. I don't think I've seen that.
It's pretty good. This was no doubt the rawest form of Lordy I've ever seen since I've been a Lordy fan.
But they still have their costumes on, right?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah.
so for anybody not listening or not listening, anybody not familiar, Lordi is Lordi, not to be confused with Lorde, which is pronounced Lord. And Lordi, the band, is a Finnish monster metal. So they're kind of like I always say, Gore meets Kiss, and they're just amazing. And musically, they're great too. I always say too, if they didn't have the whole spiel going with the costumes and everything, I would still love their music. That just adds to the fun, though.
Oh, me too. Yeah, they're great musicians, great songwriters.
Mm.
God, can you imagine the dreams that Tommy Patuatsu has at night?
One of the
It's
songs he wrote is about a haunted house. I don't know if you know that one, but it's like it's a true story. I think it was his grandma's house was actually haunted, and so he wrote this whole song about it. And it's really neat.
mm, I believe that. That's cool. So
Oh,
we're looking at the Iron Maiden Peace of Mind pendant. The reason why this caught my eye was, me being an old school Iron Maiden fan from way back, from when the original Iron Maiden was together, and Paul Diano and Clyde Burr was on drums, Dennis Stratton was on guitar, and Paul Diano was singing. I saw him open up for UFO,
okay.
and that this is when Michael Schenker was still playing with UFO. That was awesome. It was an awesome show. Um,
I love Iron Maiden. They're one of my top favorite bands. I've seen them play many times. So yeah, that's very cool. It's a great necklace of Eddie too.
and to pick the peace of mind era. This is something that I know means a lot personally to me because I saw this tour at the um, uh, the Anaheim Summer Strut, Anaheim. Wow, um, the Summer Strut. It was Iron Maiden, Scorpions, Foreigner, and Loverboy.
Wow. Now that's awesome. I didn't see him so much later in life, like when I moved to LA after 2004. But I've been making up for lost time. I seen him quite a few times now.
Well, the Summer Strut, that's it, in Anaheim. That was a great show.
I bet.
Um, Eddie, Eddie just looks so authentic. It reminds me of this peace of mind era here. which I saw at Long Beach Arena, the Peace of Mind tour. Yeah, that was pretty cool. That was pretty cool.
That's awesome.
So, if you had a chance to travel to a country, thank you for this incredible website. Everybody, check out metalbabemayhem.com. You won't be disappointed. So, if you had a chance to travel to any country, what would it be?
It's actually a great question. There, I have a list going. I've been fortunate. I've been traveling a lot my whole life. I've been to pretty much every state except Alaska, and I think I'm at about 27 different countries now that I've been to. So I'm very fortunate, and I do have a list going. But if you were to say, what is your favorite place in the world, and you could snap your fingers right now and appear there, I would tell you it would be Budapest, Hungary, and I would go to Brutus bathhouse, which is like this thermal bath that's got all these different like hot tubs, and it's a whole like there's different scents and music and different temperatures, and then there's like a bar that overlooks the Danube River, like, and at night it's beautiful. And I feel like I got gypped because when I was there with my husband a few years ago, we didn't know about the whole upstairs part, and it was closing because they do shifts. So, anyways, I'm actually going back in a couple weeks with a friend of mine. I'll be there around Halloween. Right, I think right after Halloween, I'll be in Budapest. So I'm going to 4 countries in Europe on this next trip. But yeah, I'm very excited to get to go to Budapest and experience the hot tub overlooking the Danube River again for the first time.
Well, yeah, why not? If you can, go for it.
Mhm.
The
Yeah,
Have you ever had a chance to go to Scotland?
I haven't. That hasn't happened yet, but I would love to. I've been to a lot
Well,
of Europe. I think in Europe I'm at about maybe 18 countries, something like that. I'll be at 19 after this trip. I'm going to 4 countries: Germany, the UK, Hungary, and Austria. My only new one is Austria. So I'm looking forward to everything though.
well, if you ever get a chance to go to Scotland,
Yeah, have you been there?
well, yep,
Oh, good.
I have a photo uh, that I could send you if you'd like to see it, of me standing on the banks of Loch Ness.
Wow.
And the reason why is because me and my sister, thank you, and thank you for asking. That's a great question. Thank you very much for asking. Um, Me and my sister went back to Europe to trace our roots,
Okay.
and my personal bloodline goes back to 18th century Scotland, and when King William the Fourth ruled Scotland and destroyed England, and those are my ancestors.
Okay.
And I'm very, I'm very close. I'm very tight with, um, very well connected, both mentally and spiritually with my past and with what makes me me. And the last stop on our trip to Europe was Inverness, Scotland. And let me tell you, when we went to Loch Ness, I'm a believer. I'm a believer big time. I've always been a believer in the supernatural, and I've always been a believer in those kind of entities and those kind of things. But when my sister and I ended our trip, our jaunt through Europe, we stayed in London 2 different times, I believe. We went through Austria, the Swiss Alps, saw the Olympic jump, went through Innsbruck, Austria, sailed down the Rhine River in Germany.
How neat.
It's like 9 o'clock in the morning. There's a new pop up band going on, and and there's this wild kid from California got his beer stein and having a good old time. And you look over to the to the right of you, and you see modern civilization. But on the Rhine River, you look like going down the Rhine River in Germany, you look over to your left hand side and you see nothing but ancient castle ruins.
Oh wow, that's
Yeah,
amazing.
it was pretty cool. It was pretty cool.
Wow.
So when we ended the trip in in Inverness, Scotland, we went to Loch Ness. That's why we went to Inverness, because we wanted to go to Loch Ness. Purposely, that we're purposely going to Inverness so we can go to the lake where the monster is, where the kelpie is. Some say
Yeah.
the old lake.
Oh wow.
I know what it is. It's cool. It's cool. Um, and at the same time, that unbeknownst to me, unbeknownst to my sister, at the same time that we were at Loch Ness in Inverness, Scotland, Jimmy Page owned the Boleskine House down on the south shores of the loch.
Oh
And he
really?
also and he also owned parts of Inverness Castle because at one time Aleister Crowley owned parts of Inverness Castle, and then he bought the Boleskine House. So, unbeknownst to me, and unbeknownst to my sister, the Inverness Castle, because when we got there, my sister went to bed. I went out, right? I wanted to go out. It was like 11 o'clock at night, stars were in the sky. There's a big storm brewing. I wanted to go out. So I went typical star fashion. I wanted to go out. So the night was calling me, right? And so as I was crossing Inverness Bridge, I look up and I see Inverness Castle and it's black. Nothing but purple light shining up on it. I'm like, whoa, that caught my eye. So I got to Inverness Pub and sitting there having a great old time. Everybody left, like 2 o'clock in the morning. Me and the pub owner were just sitting there for about another hour till 3:30. And we were just sitting there. He was telling me stories about the Kelpie and the loch. And he was telling me, you, I asked him about Inverness Castle. He says, no, laddie, you don't want to go up there. It's blocked off. The road's closed down. I'm like, the road's closed down? He's like, yeah, the road's closed down.
Hmm.
Don't do it. You will get arrested. I said, okay. So I didn't do it. And so that's the start of our adventure in Inverness. So I get back to the hotel. I just collapse on my bed. I get a knock at the door like it's 6 o'clock. It's my sister. I told you don't go out. Get up. We're going to Loch Ness. So I'm like,
Well,
all right. So I get up. I fall off the bed. I get to my feet. I get over to the sink. I throw some water in my face. I pour a hot cup of coffee. And we get in the car and we start heading up to the Highlands of Inverness, Scotland. And it's pouring. The sky is black and there's lightning and thunder and it's pouring, pouring, pouring. We got to Urquhart Castle, which is the pictures that I would like to send you. We
hmm.
got to Urquhart Castle and the storm started to subside a little bit. So what happened after that? My sister went up into the tower ruins overlooking Urquhart Bay. I went down to the water's edge and got down on my hands and knees and I dipped my head into the lake.
Oh wow.
And when I did that, I heard, I I flip my head back, and the sun's out. The birds are singing. The storm's gone. The sky's blue. Meanwhile, I'm staring at the water, and I'm like, "What did I just hear?" And then it dawned on me. I started getting the chills, and I was like, "Whoa!" I was like, "Man, I just heard the Loch Ness monster."
That's crazy.
I
Did
had
you
to.
try? Did she put her head underwater after that?
No, I
She's
I
like,
asked her. I asked her. I asked her. I said, she was still up in the tower. She goes, "Where?" I said, "Where'd the storm go?" She goes, "It just vanished." She goes, "I was just watching it dissipate and disappear." I said, "Do you see anything in the water?" And she goes, "Well, I'm not sure, but it looks like there's some circles going like this in the middle of your cart bay." I'm like, "Really?" Yeah, I was all excited. I
oh,
was like, "Man, she's there. She's there." She goes, "What are you so happy about?" And I said, "Well, she's there. She's in the water
hmm.
right now." And my sister looked at me like I was crazy. And I said, "No, I'm not crazy. She's there in the water right now." And then my sister looked back out across your card bay, and the water was doing this type of thing, doing like whirlpools.
Hmm.
The whirlpools were gone.
Okay.
And I'm like, she goes, "Wait a minute, where'd the whirlpools go?" I said, "What are you asking me for? Ask the monster in the lake."
Oh gosh.
I was laughing. I was just having a good time. It was nice to connect with my Scottish roots,
Hmm.
you
Yeah,
know.
that's great.
So the climax of this story is and thank you for asking me. The climax of this story, what was amazing was that 3 weeks later, remember the magazine, Hip Parader?
Oh, of course, yeah.
Hip Parader, Cream,
Oh,
Rip, uh,
Metal Edge.
yep, Metal Edge. Well, Jimmy Page was on the cover of Hip Parader. And I was reading 3 weeks later after we got back from Europe. I was reading, he was talking about in this interview about Loch Ness, and he was
Oh,
talking about Scotland, and he was talking about that he purchased the old Aleister Crowley mansion, the southern tip of the lot. The date of the interview was the date that we left Inverness, Scotland.
huh.
So it makes me wonder, was Jimmy Page there? Was he there? Was he in Inverness Castle the night that I crossed Inverness Bridge to go
And
to Inverness Pub? Was he at Boleskine the day that next morning when we went to Loch Ness? Was he around? You'll never know.
I know you'll never know.
It
Could have been
sucks.
there.
But it got to make you wonder. Yeah, yeah. I think about this all the time. Just never know. So that's why I asked you if could be that
Yeah.
that because the date of the interview was at Boleskine. So the reporter went to the Boleskine house to interview.
Hmm.
The date of the interview was the day that we flew out of Inverness Airport.
Wow.
So No, can't
That's
say.
neat to think that you guys might have both been there.
Maybe, maybe weirder things have happened in my life, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry we kind of fell off the talking about metalbabeman.com, but it's just it means a lot to me, and I just wanted to share it with you
Yeah.
because you are such a visionary, and because you come up. Let's go to right here. Well, men's shirts. We already did that. Leggings. Let's
Yeah.
go to leggings.
Okay.
So what?
Piece for both guys and girls on here. I started with just the girls, and then I had requests from some of the guys, so I got them for both now.
That's pretty cool. What inspired you to want to add leggings to your collection?
Well, I actually have a fitness line. If you want to show that, it's called Metal Bed Fitness. There's a drop down at the top, and so
Hmm.
the way I came up with that is my standard design is the lips and crossbones. So for the fitness, we updated it to be the lips with some barbells. So as you can see right here, perfect timing. So this was the start of kind of the active wear. So as you can see, I've got some crop tops, hoodies, there's sports bras, I've got some bags, and of course the leggings. So that was kind of how it started here. And then since I had created the leggings for the Metal Babe Fitness line, I thought I should also add them to the regular Metal Babe line as well. So now we've got a variety of options of the leggings with the fitness and with the Metal Babe options as well.
That's awesome. Well, that's really a good thing to see that
Mhm.
you're covering just about everything.
Yeah, I'm very active. I've actually just got certified as a personal trainer, so it all kind of goes hand in hand with my lifestyle. Yeah,
Congratulations.
thank you. Yeah, it seemed like a good addition to have to the site for anybody who has an active lifestyle like I do.
This is this is pretty amazing.
Thank
This
you.
is pretty amazing. So, do you have, as a creator behind MetalBabeMayhem.com, do you have a 5 year plan or where you a vision that you would like to see MetalBabeMayhem.com grow into?
Just bigger and better. I'm going on, as we said, like 16 years now. I think one of the greatest things that I can do is, have major celebrities wear my merch all over the country or the world. That's something that has happened. Fortunately, like LA Guns with Jeff Duncan, Armored Saint, several others. So I think just more visibility, more touring bands wearing it on the world, and more of my friends and customers wearing it, every day. It's something, you can wear day or night. You can dress it up, dress it down. So the biggest plan is just to keep moving onward and upward.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Would you like to read your mission statement?
I don't know. It looks really small from here.
It does.
I'll read a little bit of it. So it says our mission is to provide the music and fashion world, rock and roll apparel and entertainment by ensuring customer satisfaction and enjoyment through personal service while remaining connected to the communities. So there's the
That's awesome.
part of it, which is, very important, customer satisfaction and communication. I definitely pride myself on and want to ensure every customer is 100% or more happy and satisfied with their order and their customer service. So I'm very hands on. You get an order from me. Will, if you ordered from me, you would get a note that said, "Hi, Will. Thank you for your order. You rock." I always throw in like a guitar pick or a button or sticker, some little goodies as a surprise. So every order has a nice personal touch too, which I feel is very important. We're not a corporation. We're not a factory. I'm just one person here, trying to make my dreams come true and hopefully help other people, look good and feel good in the process.
Make your dreams come true. Yep,
Thank you.
for sure. For sure. I was looking at your landing page and I like the way you have your licensed band merch. It's the first thing you see.
Mhm.
And then it goes to jewelry, accessories. That is really cool. T-shirt, tank tops, hoodies. So, speaking of hoodies, what's coming out new from metalbabemayhem.com?
Well, I think it is hoodie season. Personally, I wear hoodies year round because when it's cold and, anytime I go into a grocery store or anywhere that has air on, I have to bring my hoodie. But for most of the population, as the weather starts to get cool, they start to pull out their hoodies. So this is a great opportunity for us to promote the hoodies. I've got almost 45 designs on zipper hoodies. All of them have the same lips and bones on the front, and then the back designs are all different. So you have a bunch to pick and choose from. I do have some pullover hoodies as well. And also, if you ever see anything out there that you want and don't see, like say that you want this Metal Forever hoodie, but you want it in a pullover and you don't see it, you can always use the contact button on my website and make a request. And I'm happy to do custom orders as far as different styles for anybody if they need to.
Boy, I'll tell you, these hoodies are sure going to come in handy.
Yeah, they're great. They're warm and cozy.
Great thing.
And then also, as we said before, we do have a promo code for anybody listening today, the Dreamers Life MB10. All caps, all one word, the Dreamers Life MB10. And you can save 10% off your order. Anybody out there who's listening and watching.
Absolutely. And thank you. Thank you for mentioning that. That's
Yes, of
phenomenal.
course. Yeah, the other thing we wanted to mention was the Halloween. If you want to go to
Hmm.
all accessories, I can show my Halloween items. That would be great.
Sure. Where is that?
So on the top left under accessories, and then you click all accessories at the bottom.
All accessories. Hey,
Mhm.
there we go.
Stuff here. I've got a little metal babe doll, the shoes we talked about. There's a tissue holder. And with Halloween coming up, we're almost to the first day of October already. I've got some Halloween items here that are also good year round. If you scroll up a little, you can see we did a series of 8x10s and stickers that were Halloween related. We have a zombie, a vampire, and a mummy that were designed by Bill Bronson, and they're available on stickers and also on 8x10s. And for Halloween, they're only $2 a piece. So how could you beat that? There's 3 different options, so I think it's a great Halloween item.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I like that vampire right there. That's pretty
Yeah,
sharp. That's pretty cool. I like that.
the vampire slapping Sadie because she's a bass player.
That is cool. That is so neat.
Yeah, we kind of had this whole story. We did a pinup girl series where every month for a year we put out a different pinup girl, and they all kind of had little stories. They formed a band, so it's kind of a fun thing we did and put one out every month for a year. And then after that was done, Bill and I decided to take our top 3 and make a Halloween version. So that's what you're seeing here.
That's great. That's great.
Thank you.
That is really, really neat. That's pretty cool. I really like that.
Thank you.
Boy, there's just so much. There's just so much here I like.
I'm glad. Hopefully your viewers are gonna like some of the Metal Babe merchandise also.
Well, I'll tell you what, anybody who watches this on the replay, and I strongly recommend watching the replay if you miss this live, is check this out. Go to metalbabemayhem.com and support. You can't beat this. This is great. This is great. And fill up your cart. Fill up your cart and at checkout, use the discount code the Dreamers Life MB10. Shop, shop,
Yeah, and
shop.
then also, Will, the other thing we wanted to show was the new guitar jewelry. So
Oh,
if you
sure.
want to go do that, we go back up to, I guess it's under jewelry. Yeah, bracelets is good. Yeah, let's go there. The very first one under the cloth.
There we go.
Okay.
Necklaces.
Yeah, I think we showed those. I want to show the bracelets and the earrings that I
Definitely.
got. They're brand new. They're made from guitar tuners and guitar strap piece.
Absolutely. Let's get it down there. I
But yeah,
love
lots
that.
of stuff on here though.
I love that Raven too. Did I
Yeah.
miss it? Did I miss it?
We got to go back to the top and we need to go under jewelry.
I thought I did, but
Yeah, it's a different section for the bracelets and the earrings. This is all the necklaces.
my apologies.
Yeah, so the second one down, you'll see the bracelets.
Boy, my eyes are getting bad.
I know that's why
There
I
we
keep
go.
leaving. So here's the three bracelets, and they all have a matching earring that you can find, so a drop down earring. But yeah, there's four different options, and you can see like the first four are made from the guitar parts. They're really nice quality and brand new collaboration that I have going. And I also have in the works some guitar pick clocks and purses coming out that have like a 45 on them. So we have some new products that are in the works too, in addition to these top four bracelets I just added.
Amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Thank you.
Look at that right there.
Yeah, so
That
that's knob from what does it say on here? Guitar tuner knob is what it's made of. Yeah, and I took mine off. Normally I have it on, but I do have on some cuffs. Anybody would like to see there? I've got metal big cuffs here. And we're doing a promo with a cuff and a guitar pick necklace, a package deal that I'll be adding to my website soon. So I call it my staple package. So keep an eye out because that's coming soon too.
is the guitar pick um, bracelet here.
It's not there yet, but I'll be
Okay.
adding the staple package soon of the leather wrist cuff and guitar pick necklace together.
I definitely in on that too. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
good. I think everyone needs one at least.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So there are any out then go down here and you have all your social media links. Everybody check it out. metalbabemayhem.com. You can find metalbabemayhem.com on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. Here's all here's your help links right here. Support, 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 support. Well,
Thank
thank
you.
you. Thank you for going through your website for me, with me
Yeah,
actually.
this has been great. I love that you're able to do that and you're set up. It's a really unique, hands-on way to show everybody what we have available. So I appreciate you taking your time and doing this for me and for Melbourne Mayhem.
It's my pleasure. My pleasure. I, you know, being a independent contractor and being, I'm trying to grow my own brand, grow my own business. You know, I don't think that that us creators help each other enough. I understand that, the point of growing a business, um, and I get it. Believe me, it haunts my dreams at night. I understand. I really do. Um, I just wish that you know people could help each other more, because, and that's why I started my show, because we all need a good word. We all need a pat on the back. We all need, you know, to be able to say, tell somebody thank you. I appreciate your time. And we all need somebody to say that to us. You
Yeah,
know,
I agree. And that's partly why I started doing a lot of the promotions I do, which we haven't mentioned yet. But I do a lot of interviews and reviews with bands. But I've always made a point to not only do the big bands, but the up and coming. So I focus on both unsigned as well as national. And I've done tons and tons of reviews, interviews. I've done playlists and radio shows. So I'm always networking and giving shout outs, trying to help promote support as well.
that's awesome. That's awesome. So, speaking of shout outs, who would you like to give a shout out to?
That's funny. I really, it's kind of funny timing because I just had my birthday party, as we mentioned off air, and I'm just still like kind of caught up in the whole big birthday weekend. So I would say Pretty Boy Floyd pulled me on stage. I've got so many amazing gifts, like Aaron Crystal Russell, maybe this whole collage. My husband was amazing. My family in St. Louis. So yeah, I really just want to give a shout out to my friends and family throughout the world. I'm very, very blessed and fortunate to have so many people out there who support me. And I appreciate all of you. So thank you not only for my great birthday week, but for all of my support. I really appreciate it. And thank you, Will, too. Very much appreciate you having me on your show.
My pleasure, you know. And if there's anything that, it's been a total blessing and privilege having you here. And I don't take it lightly. This is my life.
Thank you.
And, this is my mission in life. This is my purpose in life. And now, if I could just figure out how to stop disappearing, I'd be great.
It's that supernatural stuff that you like. It's happening right
Yeah,
before your eyes.
yeah, yeah. I guess you could say I'm a spiritualist. I'm very much into all that transcendental meditation, the whole nine yards.
Hmm.
That's what guides my path.
Good.
Um, well, I just want to say again, for anybody, thank you for everybody in the chat for saying hi today and for giving us some of your precious time. Be sure to come back for another epic episode of Hanging with the Dreamer this Friday. And go check out the like page of Hanging with Dreamer on Facebook. I have daily posts and daily flyers that are posted. I have on auto posting at the like page for Hanging with Dreamer, the Dreamer's Life on YouTube, and the Dreamer's Life on Instagram. So I hope to see everybody else in the interview in the chat room on Friday. It's going to be great. You don't want to miss that with Tank. And I just want to thank you for Alison for giving me your time. And
Yes.
and
Thank you.
it means a great deal to me, and I want you to know that you know you have a promotion, you have some new products coming out that you would like to promote. I want you to know you have an open door to come do it here on my show.
I appreciate that. That's really amazing. Thank you. And also, you have a lifetime code now. So you have any chance you want to give the shout out, it's the Dreamer's Life MB10 and your lifelong 10% off for you and your viewers. So anybody out there, feel free to save 10% at metalbigman.com. And thank you everybody for listening.
Thanks. Thank you so very kindly. Thank you so very much. And again, if you like my production, please, if you like what I'm doing, support all of metalbigmayhem.com's links down in the description box below of this episode of Hanging with the Dreamer. You could also support the Dreamer's Life over on PayPal. Please use the friends and family option. That would be awesome. Or you could sign up to be my Patreon for as little as $5 a month, a cup of coffee, and you will get your name shouted out. The first 20 Patreons that I get will have their names to be eternally embedded into the annals of music journalism history.
I think that's an amazing offer. Hopefully, you start your Patreon list and you get your top 20 going because it's a great deal.
And I've got one, so 19 to go. It's brand new.
You're just starting. That's great. One's all you need to get started.
And I will put my first 20 names in my new exit video that I'm actually designing right now. My first 20 Patreons will be listed. So again, you have been listening to Hanging with the Dreamer, featuring myself, the Dreamer, your humble host, the Dreamer, and Miss Alison Masson.
I have to say this though. I am so sorry, Will, and I wanted to do this ahead of time, but my last name is Masson. And I have you say it that other way, then everybody's going to say it that way. And I was hoping we would just say Alison Metalbid Cohen, just because nobody ever messes that up. But I didn't want to say it publicly, but I am now. So I apologize to you.
No, I apologize, sir.
Say Alison Masson. It's like you go to Mass, it's Massachusetts. So it's Masson, or if you can't say that, say Alison or Alison Metalbid Cohen. But yeah, I just want to throw that out at the end so more people don't start saying it other ways. Oh, thank you.
I do apologize.
Now, I know we should have talked about it earlier. I bet 99% of people say it a different way other than Masson. So, my married name. Nobody said Cohen wrong, though.
Well, that's awesome. That's awesome. Please kindly give my regards to your husband. And as I said before, you are more than welcome to come back. And if there's any promoting you to be done, I would like to be the dreamer to do it for you.
I appreciate that so much because there's always promoting to do. And I'm happy to help you and support you as well in the dreamer.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And also, don't forget, everybody, I just achieved my 11th feature.
Oh, good.
My 11th, yeah, the high voltage video magazine on Facebook, 11 months. Blows my mind. So that I'm blown away. I am truly blown away. I'm humbled. Great. 11? Wow. I broke my own world record.
Well, good job. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. It's an honor. And I don't take it lightly at all. So big shout out goes to J. Lance, Remy, Surrender Stella, Circuits of Dark Radio, Circuits of Dark Records, Circuits of Dark Modeling, Circuits of Dark Games, video games, and also the High Voltage Video Magazine. Thank you, Jay, for always having me be a part of your High Voltage Video Magazine family, because it really does keep my spirits up, and it really does help me keep my focus. Thank you to keep bringing the best possible quality conversations and content to the masses. Thank you, just like this one today. MetalBayMayhem.com. Check you out.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Alison. And if you have a minute, I'm just going to play my outro video and I'll be right back.
Okay, bye, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching.
Support, support, support. Thanks, everyone. See you in the next interview. An all-new episode of Hanging with the Dreamer every Monday at 12 noon. Available wherever you stream.